Breaking news. What just happened is historic. Just moments ago, the United Nations Security Council approved for the first time a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Yes, the resolution calls on all those involved. Stop attacking this. On account of Ramadan months, also demands the immediate and unconditional release of all Israelis who are there, count on the hands of the Eternal Group. We need to be clear, a few months ago, the world was shocked when the terror group never decided to enter territory that is now Israel, but previously belonged to Palestine and end the lives of everyone they found. To those who don't, steal them and take them to the gas strip. The world showed its support for Israel, but the government of Israel, which at that time was going through one of its worst moments, did you want it that much before? Thousands of people in Israel had taken to the streets to demand the government to silence and oust a national leader, Benjamin Netanyahu. Wow. Well, and PNCR is desde attack Gaza like never before in history. And here is when the world said, you can't just destroy a country because there's a group of... But the Israeli government assured that it was merely defending itself and also, they were key points of the group forever. But reality seemed not to be that, and it is from neighborhoods to hospitals and even places where people meet. To protect themselves, the attacks were devastated by Israel. So from that moment, the world's message was clear. I had been terrible, but what was Israel doing that seemed like attacking without explaining to people was really something disturbing terribles. Now, incredibly, the UN had not reached a consensus on what to do with Israel's gas strip. And I repeat, for the people, it really seemed like two power groups were fighting. On one side, the group, on the one hand, the government of Israel. But really, innocent people are suffering on both sides. Thus, at one point, there were attempts to pass a resolution demanding a ceasefire, but incredibly, the United States opposed this. Remembering that the United States is Israel's top ally, that happened just moments ago. The resolution was passed thanks to the abstention of the United States. Thus, the United States did not vote for or against. He simply chose not to vote. That's how the resolution currently proposed by 10 elected council members, backed by Russia and China, who are permanent members alongside the US and UK, the difference has passed. Out of the 14 members voting for this resolution to stop the attacks and start the act of fire, they said no more. Is that how Russia, China, the United Kingdom, France, and the other 10 members did? They supported the resolution, and the United States was the only one that abstained. We have to be clear, supposedly. It is said and supposedly. The United Nations Security Council passes a resolution and all member countries must enforce it. Now this is how before, it had been China and Russia who vetoed the ceasefire resolution in Gaza proposed by the USA because they argued that the resolution was quite insufficient and did not agree, so it wasn't going to solve anything. But now it was the United States that decided not to vote. So it seems that the United States and Israel have different ideals. Even Benjamin Netanyahu has just officially cancelled the visit to the White House, since he did not like at all that the US abstained, thus approving the resolution. So, in summary, it is supposed to. In theory, the UN makes decisions, and the UN member countries have to follow them. So, a few days ago, the United States launched a resolution in the UN for a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, but it was not supported, neither for China nor for Russia, because they feel that the solution is not easy. It wasn't enough and it was too bad, so it wasn't going to be useful at all. Just moments ago, a new resolution was launched and China and Russia supported it along with France and the United Kingdom and another 10 countries. Countries that are part of that section of the UN. Had the United States rejected it, the resolution would not have been accepted. But the United States simply decided to abstain, and so the resolution did pass. And this offended and Greg to the government. And that's why it seems there's currently a break between the US and Israel. Israel even cancelled an official visit that was going to take place in the US. What does the resolution say? Ceasefire. This from both sides, but also that whoever free the innocent group already. Now tell me, what do you think? Do you believe this brings a bit of passport? Around the world, many claim that there are currently political issues in the United States and that people want peace. And for that reason, the President of the United States gave the order to abstain from voting on this resolution so it passes. Keeping the people of the United States happy is more important than peace in the government of Israel, because the people of the United States are the ones who will vote and who could re-elect or not. Now tell me, what do you think?